Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from Fox News. Biden drops a 38% approval in new national poll. Majority question in polls say Biden administration not competent in running government. Yeah. You know, I get on Biden voters sometimes, and that's more frustration than anything else at what you were thinking. I know Trump was not perfect by even any close to any imagination of perfection, for lack of a better term. But you know what, guys? You should have thought it through. And the Democrats should have thought it through as well. Frankly, I think if they set somebody down and had a device to make you tell the absolute truth, I think most people in the DNC and leaders, the Democrats in Congress, would say, you know what? We should have let Trump win. We should have let Trump win. And then groomed candidate or candidates that was capable of being president. But they didn't do it. Because with the Democrats, the only thing they do long term is bring in illegal migrants to bump up the totals to get a new voter base. That's the only thing that they've done that's really a long-term strategy. Republicans are no better, but they should have let Trump win in retrospect. Let's read on, because this is pretty pitiful. President Biden's standing among Americans keeps sinking, according to a new national poll. The president's approval rating stands at just 38%. 38%, with disapproval at 53% in a university survey released on Wednesday. That's down from 42% to 50%. Look at that. I mean, just look at that. That is absolutely astounding. I'll tell you the truth, honestly. There's two reasons why it's astounding. One, because it's incredibly bad. But frankly, I think considering what Biden has done in his administration since sworn in January, I'm surprised it's not lower. Honestly. The president received negative scores in double digits on all but one key issue asked in a new poll, which was conducted October 1st through the 4th. And a majority of those surveyed said the Biden administration is not competent in running the federal government. Now, it says Biden administration. Nobody can screw up this badly by themselves. And look at some of the whack jobs he's got picked for key positions. And I don't mean just on the cabinet. Heads of agencies with backgrounds that make you wince. Battered on trust, doubted on leadership, and challenged on overall competency, President Biden is being hammered on all sides as his approval rating continues its downward slide to a number not seen since the tough scrutiny of the Trump administration. Quinnipiac University polling analyst Tim Malloy said. Now, here's the thing. Think about this for a minute. Yeah, there's been some criticism in the old, we'll call it dinosaur mainstream media, and even on social media for that matter. Yeah, he's starting to get some criticism, but nowhere near the pounding that Donald Trump took. I mean, it was relentless and ridiculous and just over the top. And he's got very little of that. Now they're starting to come around because he won't sit there and talk with them like Trump did. Trump was too open, actually. Now, You might have liked what he said. You might have hated what he said. But at least Trump was open with the press. Maybe talked too much. I mean, press is getting shuttled out of the Oval Office, and they don't like it. Well, you know what, guys? You're responsible for him being there. So you got nobody to blame but yourself. Biden's approval rating hovered to the low mid-50s during his first 6 months in the White House. But the president's numbers started sagging in August in the wake of Biden's much criticized handling of the turbulent U.S. exit from Afghanistan. Now, here's the part that's even doubly bad. It was a huge cluster blank, the exit from Afghanistan. But even to make it worse, he takes when I say he, I mean Biden, he takes absolutely zero responsibility and blame for its disaster. He, till this day, says he did absolutely nothing wrong and everything right. And that's the part, I think, that sticks in people's craws. So Biden voters, did you get what you voted for? Did you really ask for this? I doubt it, because there are millions of Biden voters that are decent people. Stop voting with your emotions. Stop voting with your emotions and vote with facts and logic. Sorry, but it's true. And that's really hard for progressives and Democrats to vote logically. They have a difficult time at best doing it. Biden's much criticized handling of the U.S. exit from Afghanistan and following a surge in COVID cases this summer among mainly unvaccinated people due to this high infectious Delta variant. Now, I'm not so sure if the numbers reflect that, and I'm a little disappointed in Fox. My understanding is many vaccinated people are also getting it, but I'm not anti-vax. I'm not pro-vax. I'm just telling you what the facts are. As the nation continues to combat the coronavirus, the worst pandemic to strike the globe in a century. Yeah, the worst one since the end of World War I. The plunge in the president's approval was also compounded by the latest surge of migrants trying to cross into the U.S. border. They didn't try, they made it. The president stands at 45% approval and 49% disapproval in an average that is all the most recent polls compiled by Real Clear Politics. I mean, look at some of these numbers. Biden registers at 50% approval, disapproval. I'm surprised it's that high. I really am. Honest to God, I can't believe it's that high. But look individual issues. The president is 39% approval, 55% disapproval on the economy. Yet when you poll Democrats, almost 60% of them think the economy is doing well. There's a disconnect here from reality that is staggering. 37% approve, 58% disapprove on his job as commander-in-chief, 34% to 58% on foreign policy, and here's the big one, 23% approval, 67% disapproval on dealing with the situation at the U.S.-Mexican border. 23%. You could fog up a hand mirror and get more than that. When it comes to personal traits, those surveyed were divided on whether he cares about average Americans. 44% he's honest, while half said he's not. And, that's a speculation. Unbelievable. The president's approval rating is much watched barometer of a president's clout and how well his party may perform in the ensuing midterm election. Oh, they're going to get slaughtered. But Republicans do not let up. You shouldn't just take the majority. You should destroy the Democrats. Pretend as if you're going to lose the majority by one seat. Push, push, push. At the ground level, money raising, do everything you can. Demoralize those people because they deserve it. Is that a partisan thing for me? You betcha. The Democrats have done everything in their power to make sure they get slaughtered. Well, let's give them what they want. Democrats will be defending their razor-thin majorities in the House and Senate in next year's midterms. Then President Trump's negative approval rating fueled the wave by Democrats in the 2018 midterms. They helped them convincingly win back the majority in the House of Representatives. Republicans now see flagging numbers as a precursor to what they hope will be a GOP rout in the 2022 midterms that will allow them to reclaim both the House and the Senate majorities. The poll was done with 1,326 with adults with a 2.7 margin of error. Now, people have short memories, I'm afraid. That's why shorter videos on YouTube do well. That's why TikTok does well. You know, it's like a dog with a squirrel. As soon as you see something else, your attention is diverted. And they can't figure, well, a year from now, people will forget. We can't forget. It's October. Next month is November. A year from now are the midterms. Things are already gearing up. States are redrawing the lines from the census. And as soon as they get through all the court battles, we'll have a better idea. Republicans do not use the tactic, yeah, you know what, we're not so hot either, but look how bad the Democrats are. Can't use that anymore. You've got to have a real agenda. We suck, but we suck less than the other side is not a strategy. Let's just hope and pray the Republicans, at least some of them, can grow a spine. And President Trump can help in some key congressional districts with his rallies and his endorsement. We'll have to see. And as usual, it's up to the American people. But these numbers for Biden are dismal. And I'm not going to say that I'm disappointed. As an American citizen, I'm sad that he's failing, which means he's failing his country. But as a conservative person, I'm glad in the end that he is failing. I just feel badly because he's hurting the country. I hope in the end this will all work out. And until next time, goodbye and good luck.